A House for Mr. Biswas. Publication details. Author V.S. Naipaul. First published in 1961. Genre novel, post-colonial fiction, social realism. Setting Trinidad, colonial Caribbean. Inspired by Naipaul's father, Seepersad Naipaul. Brief overview. A House for Mr. Biswas tells the life story of Mohun Biswas, a poor Indo-Trinidadian man whose lifelong dream is to own a house of his own. Born into poverty and considered unlucky from birth, Mr. Biswas struggles against social oppression, economic hardship, and the dominating Tulsi family, into which he marries. The novel traces his journey from childhood to adulthood, highlighting his failed jobs, unhappy living conditions, and constant dependence on others. Owning a house becomes a symbol of independence, dignity, and identity in a colonial society where individuals like Mr. Biswas feels rootless and powerless. Despite repeated failures, emotional suffering, and ill health, Mr. Biswas ultimately achieves his goal, though imperfectly, making the novel a powerful story of human perseverance. Major themes discussed: 1. Search for identity and independence. 2. Colonialism and displacement. 3. Family control and individual freedom. 4. Poverty and social struggle. 5. Alienation and self-respect. Significance of the title. The house represents more than shelter. It stands for self-worth, autonomy, and personal achievement. For Mr. Biswas, owning a house means truly existing as an individual. Why the novel is important? It is considered Naipaul's finest novel. It is a landmark work in post-colonial literature. It blends humor, tragedy, and realism. It offers deep insight into the Indian diaspora in the Caribbean. The novel is divided into two parts, each with several chapters. A House for Mr. Biswas, chapter-wise and part-wise summary. Part 1, Chapter 1, 10 weeks. Mohun Biswas is born into a poor Hindu family in Trinidad. A pundit predicts that the child will bring bad luck. Soon after, his father Raghu dies in an accident. Mohun grows up blamed for misfortune and insecurity. This establishes his lifelong feeling of rootlessness. Chapter 2. Before the Tulsis. Mohun grows up in poverty, moving from one place to another. He works as a sign painter and shop assistant. He feels lonely, insignificant, and dependent. His desire for independence begins to grow. Chapter 3. The Tulsis. Mohun marries Shama, a daughter of the wealthy Tulsi family. He moves into Hanuman house, dominated by Mrs. Tulsi. He loses freedom and identity within the large joint family. He is treated as inferior and mocked. Chapter 4. The Chase. Mr. Biswas is sent to manage the Chase, a Tulsi estate. He feels isolated but enjoys some independence. Poor living conditions and family tensions frustrate him. His dream of owning a house begins to form clearly. Chapter 5. Green Vale. Biswas moves to Green Vale as an overseer. He attempts to build a small house, but it collapses. This failure symbolizes his repeated disappointments. He quits the job and feels humiliated. Chapter 6. A Departure. Biswas leaves the Tulsis temporarily. He struggles financially and emotionally. His conflict with the Tulsi control deepens. Independence still seems distant. Part 2, Chapter 1, New Setting. Mr. Biswas becomes a journalist at the Trinidad Sentinel. Writing gives him confidence and a sense of purpose. He gains social respect and limited financial stability. His dream of a house strengthens. Chapter 2, The Short Hills Adventure. He buys a house at Short Hills. The house is badly built and isolated. The location increases fear and insecurity. Eventually, the family abandons the house. Another failed dream. Chapter 3. Among the readers and writers, Biswas grows as a journalist. He interacts with educated people. He becomes more self-aware and critical. His health starts declining. Chapter 4. A house. Despite debt and illness, Biswas buys a house at Sikkim Street. The house is poorly built and expensive. Though imperfect, it finally belongs to him. This fulfills his life's ambition. Chapter 5. The End. Mr. Biswas dies shortly after buying the house. Though his life was full of struggle, he dies owning a house. His victory is small but deeply meaningful. The novel ends with quiet triumph. Overall meaning. Mr. Biswas' struggle represents the post-colonial individual's search for identity. The house symbolizes self-respect, freedom, and existence. The novel mixes humor, realism, and tragedy.